More records on Wall Street as the Nasdaq closes above 9,000 for the first time ever. This is Wall Street is celebrating a banner year. More than $17 trillion reportedly added to global markets in 2019. Welcome, everyone. I'm Charles Payne in for Neil Cavuto, and this is your world. So will the new year bring in even more gains? Trader Alan Nuckman is at the CME. So, Alan, what do you think? We've got a head of steam for sure.
Oh, yeah, definitely. We've seen a 10% rally in the S&P since the October breakout. You've got to remember, this is not new. This is a trend that's been on a track here for almost 10 years, and it looks like we're going to see a lot more as the earnings recession that we saw in 2019 is alleviated. We're actually going to see earnings growth, and that's truly what drives the stock market.
There's no doubt everyone says earnings growth should resume, but you know,
Right.
People are kind of concerned. Are is the good news perhaps built into this market?
Well, there's been some relief, obviously, and what I am most appreciative of is the way the market's reacting and the fact we had essentially the same news here this fall and winter that we did last year at this time, if you remember, with the trade on and off again type stuff. But last December was definitely something to forget because we had that big fall from the top. But this year, the market's reacted positively to essentially the same news. So I think that the tone has changed, and so has the sentiment, and I think that was the biggest hurdle we had to overcome.
Well, speaking of tone and change, though, last year, December, we saw another rate hike, the fourth rate hike of 2018, with the Federal Reserve indicating they were going to keep hiking rates no matter what. It killed Wall Street. Wall Street was crazy. Like, you know, December 24th, Christmas Eve, was a bloodbath. This year, they've cut rates 3 times. Jay Powell now saying, okay, folks, you know what? I've had an epiphany. Higher wages does not automatically mean higher inflation. We're not going to get ahead of the curve. We're not going to derail this economy. I think that's been a major difference this year.
Yeah, he's definitely had an epiphany. I'll be honest with you. I try and put last December behind me and block it out. But, you know, the rate thing was very dynamic, is a polite way to say. And we did get 3 cuts. And up until a couple sessions ago, there was still a 20% chance that we get another cut in March. But now that's been taken out of the picture. I think that lever for stimulus, forced or however you want to look at it, has been pulled. I think the next thing that the policymakers are going to do is, and we've heard the president talk about knocking the dollar down a bit. I think that'll be the next stimulus, and that can give the stock market another big kick.
Lower dollar helps multinationals, which are the large cap names for folks out there. Also, though, there's been some talk maybe next year of trying to get through another tax cut. This one may be focused on the households more so than businesses. It would be hard, I think, for Democrats to push back against that.
Yeah, there's a lot of positives out there, and I think, you know, like we talked about here, the fundamentals remain. And to get back to interest rates, I try and make things very simple as a trader. Look at the yields that you're getting in the 10-year notes. Yes, it's firmed up. That's showing a sign of stability, but we're still hanging around the 2% level. So the choice between stocks and safety of treasuries is not a choice at this particular time. Until that, you know, equalizes a bit, the money flow is still gonna go straight into stocks. And I've said this before, I'm not smart enough, or I guess I'm not dumb enough to try and pick this top of the stock market. You know, we're closing in right now on the biggest S&P gain that we've seen since 2013. So again, I want to state it again. This is not new. This is just the way the markets have been moving.
You know, it's folly to try to pick tops for sure. Alan, thank you very much. Appreciate it. So point, click, buy.